Hello and welcome to the Barbara Young channel. Now this channel is about me and my sewing journey and about learning skills, new skills, as I learn to sew and get better at sewing through the projects that I'm doing. So if that's something that sounds interesting to you, then please do hit the subscribe button and you can see more of me making things and also talking about things. So today is a talk about, well, let's say a talk, it's me telling you about some material that I've got because I've been out buying stuff. So let's have a look at what I've got and what I'm going to do with it. So this time I'm going to be going over some fabric. Now I've been out spending a bit of money and I bought some stuff that I quite like and hopefully you'll quite like it as well. I'm also going to say about the different projects that I'm going to be using this material for. I think I tend to be one of these people that I'll go out and I'll have a look for a pattern or something that I like the look of, and then I'll go hunting for some material. I'll rarely go off and buy material and then try and find something to use it for. I just find that, I don't know, it's like, well, how much do I get and what's it going to be like, you know, if I buy it, what can I really use it for? So I tend to do it the other way, where I have an idea of what material I want before I go out and buy it. So it's the project then the material in my case. So without further ado, let's have a look at what I'm planning to do and what I've actually got. Now, material that I've actually bought, I got it because mainly it was reduced in price. So I rarely buy material if there isn't some sort of price benefit in there, because otherwise I can't afford to be spending out lots of money on expensive material. So I didn't spend a lot, but it is a little bit. So first of all, let's have a look at material that I first got. Now this one I absolutely love. This is, as soon as I saw it, I thought, well, that's a bit different, and had a bit of a closer look at the pictures on the website, and well, I had to get it. Now, you might be thinking, oh well, I've got that material because I liked it. Well, I do already have a project where I wanted some material like this, which is why I was looking in that section in the first place. It's this material. Now let me see if I can get and stretch this out. It's get and bring that up, and as you can see, it's got sort of images of ladies on it, ladies' faces, ladies' images. One up here of a lady in a dress, then it's a face and that sort of thing. So, and it is a pattern repeat. You can see here got one pattern and then it's repeated again just over here. So there is quite a good pattern repeat on there. And I saw that and thought, I've got a pattern that I want to be making and that will be just perfect for it. So now I've shown you the pattern, let's have a look at the pattern. I've shown you the print, haven't I? That's the material. This is the pattern here. Now the thing about this material, I suppose, the details. Let's have a look at the details of it. Now this is described as a 95% poly, 5% spandex. So it is a stretchy. It has the stretch on it is 40% on the width and 40% on the length. So it's a two-way stretch, and the width, salvage to salvage, is 150 centimetres. So it's quite a wide piece, and I bought 3 meters of it, which hopefully should be more, way more than I need. So a quick stretch that. So you've got quite a bit of stretch that way, but you also have, if I can get it, quite a bit of stretch the other way. So that should be, so look at my notes, quite good for the project that I want to do, which is this one, the New Look 6301, and it specifically says just for knits, of which this is a knit material. And that's what I was looking for. I was actually looking for something for this, and I think this will be absolutely brilliant for it, because you've got quite wide-ish areas that are going to show off that print really nicely. I think this is a wrap top. I've not even really looked at this pattern, not even really got it out. All I did was go, oh, that looks quite nice, I like the look of that. It's for knit specifically, so I got it because I haven't really done massive amounts of work with knit. I've done a little bit, but I wanted to try this, so just get that on the gauge, because it says if you do that and then start there, and then I've got to stretch it out. Yep, that does seem to stretch out enough. You've got this little stretch guide on the back there. So if you're holding it a piece of that width, and then you have to stretch out that much. So, and that's what it seems to do with a 40%. So that seems to work quite well. So I'm really looking forward to doing that one. Probably have to do a lot of reading because again it is a stretch knit, but I think it's something I'll be able to manage. So that is project number 1. Not necessarily the order I'm going to do them in. I've got plenty of other things to do. Project number 2, that is this material, which is this. It's almost like palm trees or something like that, isn't it? I mean, that's what it looks like. Again, it's a knit stretch. Let me just get a bit like this so I can see it a bit more. And it does, it is palm trees, I'm sure. Pretty sure that is palm trees that it's got on there. It's palm trees on a white background. I really like that because it's got a nice boldish pattern, and because it's black and white, it's not overly striking, it's not coloured or anything, so it's still at the same time fairly plain, even though it's got this boldish sort of pattern on there. And there's a certain amount of drape to this, but without being too drapey. But it is another knit. So let's have a look at the details on that. Now, this one it's a polyelastane, and the stretch on it is, the width is 40% and the length is 20. And the overall width of this it's got a 145 centimetre width salvage to salvage. So that's really quite nice. So yeah, it's got more stretch on the width than it does have on the length, which is brilliant, because what I want to use this for is the Simplicity 1133 pattern. That one, which is the beach wrap top, I think it is. Put my teeth back in. Now this one I have already made previously, of which I made in a non-stretch material. It was a linen, I say it's like a linen look, but it was a tablecloth, which was actually a polycotton in yellow, and that was a lovely project to do. The first time I made it, I forgot to think about the ease, and it was a bit too tight. So the second time I made it, it was sort of still a closest fitting garment, but was more appropriate with the amount of ease. And then I had a comment actually, which basically said, can this be done in a knit? So I thought, don't know, perhaps I'll have a go myself and see how it works. So using the first pattern that I made without the ease, which was a bit tight, I'm going to make this out of this stretchy material. Now, because this is a stretch, I don't actually have to worry about the ease. So the first pattern that I cut out, first sizing that I did, I'm going to try that again on this, and hopefully it'll fit quite nicely. And even though it will be very close fitting and snug, it won't matter because there's stretch in this material. So that's brilliant. Now, decisions on what I'm going to do with the edging, because with this you have to edge the whole thing with some bias tape. Now I've gone out and I've got this, and I'm not really sure whether it's going to be right, but as a contrast I've got that as a contrast to it, so it might work. On the other hand, I might just have to go out and get some white or maybe some black bias tape for doing this. Haven't really decided yet, but I will make a decision on that when I actually come to do it. But when I come to do it, that is. So that was project number 2. And then on to, there's the actual, my pattern pieces that I cut out for that. So number 3, what's on number 3? Right, we have this stuff. Now if I can just unwrap this a little, you can see that it's this stuff. Now it's described as a damask stretch, so it's a damask material. If I get one layer of it, you'll be able to see. You can see that pattern on there now, and that's how it's meant to look. So it is another knit, and it is very stretchy, and it's a bit more of a lightweight material than the other two. The material with the ladies on it, that's the heaviest, but it is still, I think, just a medium, and the palm trees is another medium, but slightly lighter weight than the ladies' prints, whereas this on the other hand is definitely a lighter material. It's not see-through, not quite, but it's definitely a lighter material in how it feels. But this one, where's the details for this? Oh, I'm going to find the tag now. There it is. It tells me that this is, so it says it's a damask. It has a width, this is the stretch on it, 40% on the width and 20% on the length, and the overall width, salvage to salvage, is 152 centimetres. So I got quite a lot. I got 2 meters of that, and if I remember rightly, this was on sale. This was in a sale price, so it was less than half price it's originally up for. So that's why I got this, and it is really quite nice. It feels nice. It's very sort of silky on the other side, on that side there, but that's the textured side. Now this one, what was I thinking of doing with this? Well, what I'm actually thinking is actually these two things, which is basically underwear. This is like a camisole and or chemise type top, and this is just basically underwear, knickers basically. And you may think, well, why would I want to do these? Well, because one, why not? But secondly, I suppose more importantly, is the fact that there are skills and techniques in making these types of garments that you generally only get with these types of garments. You don't use them very much on bigger projects and bigger garments like a top or a skirt or a blouse or trousers or leggings or whatever it is. You don't tend to use those same techniques as what you do need to use on these type of items, and I want to develop that skill. I mean, again, this is a knit. I don't do knit stuff very much. I haven't done very much in the way of knit materials, and this I think will give me a really good grounding in doing some, I suppose, slightly tricky knit material garments such as underwear, which yeah, I just imagine it's going to be a bit more difficult. So I'm hopefully when I do these, they'll give me some more skills, which is always what I'm trying to do. I'm always trying to up my skill level, up my knowledge and abilities, so I can do more things. So when I come across something and I like the pattern, I can see that pattern and go, oh, that's a knit, or it's a such and such type pattern, and I already have a bit of an understanding what I'm going to do with it. So yeah, hopefully these two patterns will help me to really develop the skills that I think I'm going to need to be able to make this into underwear. So what else have I got down here? I've got just got some white pico is it called, and some, I don't know if you can see that, some bias stretch fold over bias that I'm going to use probably if I make you know, the knickers from this material, because obviously you've got to put something round the edges. So that is that material. So that's project number 3. That's the third thing I'm into doing, which hopefully will be a good learning project. Right, what else have I got? Well, I've got one more thing, and it is some duvet covers. Now, I'm not making duvet covers, I've bought duvet covers to make into something else, because when they're in the sale they're cheaper and you get a lot of material. So what have I got? I've got this set, which as you can see it's the same patterned material, and as a duvet cover you get one top, as it were, and that's the bottom, or that's the top and that's the bottom, whichever way round it was, I don't know. But I think this one was a king size, so I've got king size material, huge amount of it, so you end up with duvet covers as like with sheets, absolute huge amounts of it, and it's got this pattern on it, of which, you know, if I could do that and make it across, I can make it down, and I've got lots of it. And not only have I got this once, but I've got it twice in a contrasting material. So like with this one, slightly different, you know, I've got this crisscross on there, but I've also got this part on there as well, which is on this, on the grayer piece. So what I could do is make the main piece out of this, and this with contrasting bits, or the main piece out of this with the contrasting parts out of this. Either way, it doesn't matter, it's a good way of making stuff. But I haven't bought just the one, I bought two. So I've also got this, which is, you see, it's just a sort of stripy material in greys, and this, which is, it's got like a skyline image to it. So with this one I can make something that will, if I can sort of put the pattern on in a way that draws out sections of this, it can make some really quite nice, some nice tops, I think. Now what I was going to make with these is actually a project that I've already done. It is, where is it? The Quick Sew 355 shirt. Now I've already made this shirt and I've already filmed it. I don't know, I mean, at this point of doing this video, the video for this may already be up or will be out, and I will put it up quite soon, but that's focusing just on this top and me making it and the amendments and changes that I've made to it. But I wanted this top because I wanted to make them for work, basically, as work shirts. So having done the amendments and everything that I want to do to this top, I wanted more material, and this is the material. So as you can see, as a shirt, especially this one, you know, if I can put the pattern on there properly, I can pull out some of these elements that are in here on these prints and have them on one section or on the back, as it were, and then use the contrast for like the collar and the cuffs and things. And with this one, again, I can do exactly the same, have that as the main pattern, and then this is the contrast, or the other way around. And as there's so much material here, I could probably make, well, I've worked out that for each piece I could probably get at least 3, if not maybe 4 shirts out of it if I'm careful. So in total I could be making about 8 different shirts there. And I've also got obviously the pillowcases, get a few pillowcases with it, so I could use that where I need to have some small pieces and I don't want to be cutting into the big piece. If I need to, just a small bit, especially with the with things like cuffs, you can cut out a small cuff piece from that material. So there are loads there, loads of possibilities and lots of work to be doing. So yeah, there we go. There are at least 4 projects there. Now let's have a look at my notes, see what else I've got. It would appear that those are the 4 things that I'm actually talking about today. So which project am I going to be doing first? Well, the first one I was thinking of doing actually is the simplicity one, the black and white, the wrap round beach top. So that's what I wanted to do first before I really get onto other things. But I've also got a couple of other projects that I've not started yet that I previously said about, and they're still languishing around in the drawers there, which I need to get on with. So I'm trying to sort of plan my time to be able to do them, get started with them, do the beach wrap top. I've got these shirts that I want to be working on all the time, so I'll always be trying to do a little bit of them, so, you know, a little bit of a top, you know, cutting out, getting it ready, then do and in the evening where I might stitch part of that up. But because I've already worked that pattern out and I understand what I'm doing, I feel like I can do a bit, put it to one side, focus on another project, which, you know, I've got plenty of to get done. So I reckon all in all I probably got about 6 different projects to get done, not including the shirts and not including bags, which I've meant to be doing and making some of them. And so all in all, I'm just thinking I haven't got enough time, really, you know. You just get on and try and push on and make the projects and get them done, and hopefully slowly, bit by bit, each project will finish and I'll have another top or another bottom or something else to add to my collection and my skills as well, hopefully. So all in all, a good haul. I suppose the only thing to say is that thank you for watching my video, and if you did like this video, please do give it a like, and thank you for that, and any comments as well. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.